And that's a green light. Oh, here, let me screen share with Cameron so he can have all that happen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is already Friday. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. If anybody is still checking their underwear to see what day of the week it is, well, it's Friday. And of course, on this show, Friday means DRT. Uh, Funny story. These DRT articles are always super short. I mean, like that's it. That's the whole thing. But we get to talk about it a little bit. Man suspected of breaking into a San Bernardino residence early Wednesday was. Oh, let me back up. This article comes from the Sun, who tried to force me to buy a subscription to read the article. And I'm like, guys, it's the internet. Get out of my junk. So, but the Sun. This is a California-based news article. A man suspected of breaking into a San Bernardino residence early Wednesday morning was shot and killed, the San Bernardino Police Department said. Going to San Bernardino, ring-a-ding-ding. Milkshake mixers, that's my thing.
That's what the police chief said?
Yep. So, McElroy, 39, of San Bernardino, broke into a residence on the 300 block of South Stoddard around 4 a.m. on Wednesday. Officers went to the area after getting a call about a break-in and shooting. Authorities said officers found McElroy with gunshot wounds and he was pronounced dead at the scene. So we have a DRT. The motive for the shooting is under investigation.
Oh man, you can always tell when they were written from a leftist slant or or not. Because did you catch in the first sentence they
It was written
referred to
by a
it?
damn commie.
Did you catch in the first paragraph that they still referred to him as a suspect?
A man suspected of breaking into a San Bernardino residence. Police said the motive for the shooting is under investigation.
And and what's funny is this is one of those things where you lie by telling the truth. Like police investigate all shootings. It's
Yeah.
kind of their job. But this is the sort of investigation where they're just trying to put all the pieces together.
I mean, it does one suspect that the homeowner shot this guy in the yard and then broke a window and dragged the guy in through it to set the scene? I mean, I guess I can kind of see that happening, but come on.
Yeah, this is sort of like when you're putting a puzzle together and it's one of those that's got a highly detailed image on the front of the box so you know what it's going to look like when
And then
you're
you open the
done.
box and the puzzle has 4 pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is
You have a
this is a
dead body, a homeowner, a gun, and a broken window.
yeah. Yeah. So this is lying by telling the truth.
I have a 4-year-old son who is already bored with puzzles that only have 8 pieces.
Well, that's because he's not a walking troglodyte.
Yep. This is what you get from a public education followed by liberal universities.
Oh
You
yeah.
get you get people who can't assemble jigsaw puzzles with 4 pieces. They're all corners, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to bet that this stunning and brave article writer full on went to J school and all of it.
Robert Gundren. Well, I mean, it's Robert Gundren. Let's look him up. Oh, dear God. Oh, God.
Oh, I only see the tiny picture, and that looks like there's a lot of soy and avocado toast in that diet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one is adorable. All right. Moving on. We're going to do one more. It's a short show today, guys. Because you know what? I'm tired of talking about the Rona. We'll get back to it next week, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the ins and outs of reopening in Georgia.
Yeah, we'll let you know if the zombie apocalypse occurs in Atlanta.
Let you know, hell, we'll live stream it. Oh yeah, I will put a 360 camera and an iPhone to live stream on the end of Matilda. That's my M4, and we'll go find some zombies. Hallelujah. So, Robert points gun at Family Dollar employees. His last mistake was ignoring an armed customer behind him. This article comes to us from The Blaze, and more importantly, it comes to us from a contributor, friend of the show, Rod, who watches most mornings. Where the hell are you, Rod? I'm running your article. I don't see it. Excuse me, in the comments section. Good Lord. I apologize for that. But anyway, thanks for sending this article over to us, Rod. If it had met our normal rules, which is it happened within the week, this was January 29th. So this is an older article, but it's still a good story. A suspected robber is dead after allegedly trying to rob a Family Dollar in DeKalb County, Georgia, and ignoring the customer who was armed behind him during the altercation. Now let me tell you about DeKalb County, Georgia. We're not going to get into the news about Vernon Jones too much today, but I'm sure I want to see how that develops over the weekend, and get back to it next week on Monday. But Vernon Jones is from DeKalb County, Georgia. Vernon Jones is a Democrat politician. His Wikipedia page says he's a Democratic politician, but anytime you see the word Democratic used in reference to a politician, you know you're looking at a liar. Anyway, Vernon Jones just resigned because the Democrats are assholes, and they all called him a racist and an Uncle Tom and a traitor and all this stuff because he's a black Democrat who just endorsed Donald Trump, saying that Donald Trump has done more for Democrats than any president in his lifetime, he's done more for the black community than any president in his lifetime, which is not a statement of opinion. It is a statement of immutable, objective fact.
Yeah, but I don't want to go too far into it. We'll talk more about it on Monday.
This is where he's from. This DeKalb County, that's where he's from. That is the biggest Democrat stronghold in Georgia. There are a lot of places in Georgia that lean Democrat.
Fulton County, Cobb County,
yep.
Bibb County.
DeKalb County is it for the Democrat foothold in Georgia. If we were trying to clean up the beaches of Normandy here, we would start with DeKalb County. I say that to point this out. Just like we were talking about the last liberal rag. I mean, this is from The Blaze, but we'll look into who this Carlos Garcia is. And he lists his pronouns. That doesn't speak well to him.
Oh.
And he works for The Blaze. Glenn, this guy might have to go. A suspected robber is dead after allegedly trying to rob a Family Dollar. Okay, wait a minute. The next paragraph, the attempted robbery. Okay, that's fair. Suspected robber is one thing, but attempted robbery, that's fair, because he failed to complete the robbery. Occurred on Tuesday morning when a man walked into the discount store and pointed a gun at two employees. Probably in front of a camera, and since all the witnesses survived because of one heroic bystander, as it were, while one employee was handing over the money, a customer walked from the back of the store to the front and witnessed the robber pointing his gun at the employee's head. Then pulled his own gun out and shot the robber several times. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. 4 or 5 other customers were in the store. Okay, so we've got somewhere between 7 and 8 witnesses. And almost certainly video surveillance. This is not an alleged robbery. This is not an alleged robbery committed by a suspected robber. No, this is an attempted robbery committed by a now defunct human.
Real quick, Chris. Hello to Bruno the Doberman. Appreciate you watching.
Yeah, hey brother, how's it holding up? How's the quarantine treating you?
Anyhow.
Oh, and do me a favor, Bruno. If you came to the show, let me know how you found us. Did you stumble across the show in a suggested feed, or were you directed here by one of our other subscribers? It'd be nice to know, especially since I have the suspicion that you came via my. I should say Klansman. It's the most correct phrasing because we're both members of the Scottish clan the Scottish clan McLaren. So that's Klansman with a C. as in we get together once or twice a year and wear skirts and drink scotch and talk about scotch and throw telephone poles over great distances and talk about scotch. But I think that's really the show for today. That's about all I've got. And actually, I have a film shoot to get to.
Right.
It was sent by Saint Michael.
Excellent.
Hey, Cameron, who was Saint Michael? What did he do?
Oh, apparently he's Italian.
Jesus, Cameron, I made you watch this movie, Gangs of New York. He drove Satan to paradise.
Yeah, don't ever make that noise again.
Well,
Wow,
Bruno,
good.
thanks for joining us. I hope you subscribe and share the show. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here. And we'll be back on Monday. We're going to be talking about Vernon Jones. Unless something blows up over the weekend, we'll be talking about the Vernon Jones situation because I want to see how that develops. And we love you. We appreciate you. Y'all be safe out there. Don't fry bacon. Don't drive drink. Don't fry bacon naked. And wash your damn hands.
All right. He did sub. Excellent. All right, man. I got to go be an essential employee, even though that's not going to mean so much here soon.